Okay mga kaibigan, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ito po si DJ Ronnie, that's R-O-N-N-E-Y, ang lagi niyong kapintig tuwing umaga. At kumusta po yung ating mga tagapakinig dyan na natutulog pa? Naku, gising-gising na po.
The voice you've just heard is that of Ronel Del Rio, a radio commentator in Lipa, Batangas.
Usapan sa araw na ito, kaya mga naku, tama na po yan, bangon na! At simulan na po natin ang araw na may positibong pananaw at pananampalataya.
Some of his listeners probably do not know is that Ronel is blind.
Ang ating mga kabarkada dyan, at ito po ang inyong nag-iisang kapintig tuwing umaga.
This is Magiting Gonzalez, a library assistant and office aide. He has won over 30 gold medals in powerlifting. This is Cherry Pinpin. She has won air rifle medals as part of the Philippine shooting team and became a sailing athlete in the 2008 Paralympian Games. They are persons with disabilities. Just a few out of nearly 1 million Filipinos all over the country described as the invisible sector. They are people who, like the rest of us, have basic human rights, including the right to vote. Of 18.8 million households nationwide, over 4% have disabled family members. Only 2.3% are registered voters. In the May 2010 elections, only 53% of that number actually cast their vote.
We have, as of today, 345,879 registered PWDs. Pero sa 345,000 na yan, malit na porsyento lang ang bumoto na PWDs.
You see, the law is there, but it seems that the community itself, during when I started to vote, is not ready, and they were amazed. How will this person vote, no?
There's this lack of awareness towards the persons with disabilities. How can a person on a wheelchair go up the stairs and there is no ramp? There are no priority lanes for us. For the blind, the deaf, do we have ready interpreters when it comes to falling in line and doing the voting process?
Makita rin nila na may weight yung votes ng PWD. Bigyan rin kayo ng atensyon.
PWD support groups have been pressing to increase voter awareness among the disabled, while recognizing the need to enhance support and awareness of PWD needs, and to reinforce the capabilities of NGO supporters.
At present, ang main project namin ngayon is yung voters registration. Para hindi mahirapan, may isang lugar lang na pumili kang pupunta. Habang nagsiseminar kayo, magre-register na iba.
Most PWDs feel they do not have a voice in society. Within their families, they have the least influence. Yet it's their immediate families and communities that PWDs depend on for support.
Yung mga kapatid niya po, hindi sila marunong masyadong mag-side. Pagkatapos niyang kumain, lalabas na siya, pupunta na siya sa mga kaibigan niyang mga deaf. Kasi wala siya makausap dito sa bahay, siguro naboboring siya. Pagkakain niya, sabi niya mag-work daw siya, pupunta na siya doon. So hindi ko siya mapigilan.
Persons with disabilities lament the way society persists in viewing them as a minority sector, oftentimes ignored and never part of the mainstream.
I would like to put it as persons with disabilities in the Philippines is least prioritized.
I believe we have this voice that's very important for the government and the nation to hear. I believe that if we want to participate in the elections, the bottom line should be that we're all Filipinos. If you say that we're not allowed to vote because we're deaf, we're blind, and we have our own disabilities, we're all Filipinos. That's the right that we should consider.
Most of them live in poverty and have little or no access to welfare offices to which they could turn for assistance. Many do not know how to register to vote. And just like the rest of us, PWDs need a little help and encouragement. Hence, government and other organizations are taking steps to make it easier for them to register and vote. The media, NGOs and the PWD sector have been making concerted efforts to advance this goal. PWD leaders initiated the creation of satellite voter registration sites in locations with the best accessibility and PWD-friendly facilities, like malls. Lawmakers too have taken up the PWD cause through bills that propose to make accommodations for sign language and closed captioning in media. The President himself, fittingly, at the 26th Apollinario Mabini awarding ceremony, underscored his administration's push for programs to enhance the quality of life of persons with disabilities.
Humigit kumulang 1 milyon ang naitalang mga Pilipinong may kapansanan at natutugunan na ngayon ang kanilang mga pangangailangan sa kalusugan, nutrisyon at edukasyon.
In 2011, the COMELEC, for their part, encouraged PWDs to exercise their right to vote through leaflets, press releases, and through this TV spot, which aired on government television and went viral on the internet. The COMELEC recently issued this step-by-step voter registration guide for PWDs. It defines who are qualified to register. These are persons with disabilities who are Filipino citizens, 18 years of age, residents of the Philippines for at least a year, and residents for 6 months immediately before the election in the place where they intend to vote. It also clarifies who need to update their records, those previously registered but have not indicated their type of disability, or those who may have developed a disability after having been registered. The supplementary data section requires PWDs to indicate the type of assistance they need on election day. Registration period is until October 31, 2012 at the Office of the Election Officer or at satellite sites. Express lanes will be provided and priority given to PWDs, the elderly, detainees, and pregnant applicants. The section on PWD assisters specify that assisters be of voting age. Assisters may be the election officer, a member of an accredited citizen's arm, a relative of a PWD within the 4th degree of consanguinity or affinity, or any person of the PWD's confidence from the same household. The registration process starts with presenting a valid ID to the election officer, then accomplishing the application form and supplementary data section, and then submitting these to the election officer. The PWD then proceeds to the voter registration machine operator for biometrics capture. He or she then takes the oath and receives an acknowledgement receipt of his or her application.
Once we have fully empowered PWDs, then they'll be listened to by our government policy makers. That would mean more active participation on their part in local and national affairs.
I encourage you, persons with disability, to vote. Why? Because it's our right.
You, as a disabled person, would be able to make a big change if you were to vote. You cannot hide at home and hope the better people will come along, because the better people will not be chosen unless you come out and vote.
I was very happy that COMELEC is opening their doors and really giving focus and using their resources to allow, to help, to assist persons with disabilities to enjoy the right to suffrage.
Other than the government, NGOs and PWD organizations, scores among the citizenry are doing what they can to help empower persons with disabilities. You can too. If you wish to support the cause and volunteer in any way, find out how you can help. Visit www.fullyablednation.com.